stopping by. Today I have here a 2A Oldsmobile 260 cylinder head. I picked this one up a while back. I picked it up for 25 bucks. I figured it was worth it just to do a little bit of research and actually have a close-up look of this thing. And it is quite different from your usual Oldsmobile V8 cylinder heads. This is probably the worst flowing one that you can get. It was available on the 260 Oldsmobile from the factory. I believe this head ran from 1977 up through the early 80s until they got rid of the 260. You can see up here there's not much above the intake ports. This is where they were trying to cut some weight, which is also bad if you're trying to port them out because you don't have much room to go. We'll get this on the bench here and we'll have a closer look at the ports. So the exhaust ports look pretty much like any of the other Oldsmobile exhaust ports. These ones here have the deeper divider in them, or no divider at all in the center ports. That was something they started doing in '77. Could be something to do with the Pontiac motor division here, which is I believe what that stands for, the PMD on the cast into the head there. I don't know if that was just for weight savings or what, or emissions. It has the usual, you got the air tube bumps up here, which also you can see protrude into the port. The guys say that it's a good spot to pick up flow is when you start removing those air bumps. We'll take a look at the chambers here next. I could not find any info on these chambers to find the exact CC. The only list I can find is for a 260 in a number 10 cylinder head, which was a 76, and they say it's I believe 57 cc's. So I will have to CC them just to know for sure. If you would like to know what the CC on the chamber is, drop a comment below, and we'll see if we can talk my dad into checking out what the volume actually is on these. So we have really small valves on these heads. The intake valve comes in at a 1.52 inch, and the exhaust valve is even smaller at a 1.30. Now we'll have a quick look at the ports here. So here's a look at the exhaust port. Not much to see here. There's lots of room for improvement by starting with a completely different cylinder head. Might be able to pick up a few CFM. It did not flow very good at all. I'll get to the numbers here shortly. Next we'll have a look at the intake port. So the intake port's also really small. Just to give you guys an idea here. Looking at approximately 1.3 inches wide by 1.37 inches high. So it's pretty much close to square all the way around. So looking at the other end of the intake port here, not much of a different story from the exhaust port. Not much to say really. It just doesn't flow very good. It's kind of hard to see, but the short turn is terrible on them. Short turn is kind of more like a cliff. It's not really a turn. It kind of goes from here with the valve, and then it just kind of raises up here to get a better idea of what the short turn's like. I'm thinking I'm going to take this head here that I flowed. I'm really curious to see what it would pick up with just clean up the bowl and the guide a little. I thought this was pretty funny here. I posted this on my Instagram when I first got these heads, or when I first got this head, just to get an idea of how small the exhaust port actually is. Here is a $2 Canadian coin, and it fits right in there. So they're not very big valves at all in these things. If you're looking for more performance, you won't find it with these heads. So now let's get to the flow numbers. So here is the flow numbers for the people that want to know. You can see the intake port flows up till about 450, and then it starts going backwards. It starts losing flow. Just cannot support any more air going through there at the higher lifts. And the exhaust, we didn't even break 100 CFM. Just something to note, when I did flow test these, the only bore adapter I had available was a 4.225 inch, I believe, which is for a big block. So these heads probably flow even less than these with the 3.5 inch bore that they came with. But I kind of want to play around with this one and see if I can get some decent gain out of this intake and exhaust port. So hopefully you enjoyed this. Leave a comment below if there's anything else you want to know on this Oldsmobile 260 cylinder head, and I'll see if I can help you out if you need any more measurements or anything, or want to know what it weighs or anything. So until next time, thanks for watching.